All right, so there's guys out there who are nervous all the time, right? And they can't even look people in the eye, and they can't say no. Say there's like even a salesman at the door, right? They can't even say no to that person. They read books like How to Win Friends and Influence People, and in that it says, "Oh, you should be smiling." So they're just like smiling all the time, weirdly, right? And they get no respect. They don't get anywhere. Whereas there's other guys out there who are relaxed and just themselves, and they seem to be winning and just being effortlessly confident, right? I'm going to talk about the difference here specifically. I'll talk about how to look confident if you're awkward. Being awkward is something I have a lot of experience with, right? So, anyway, we'll just dive right into it. I remember clearly I was sitting in my room, right? I had my phone, okay, and I was texting this girl. And this was a girl that I was seeing, and we had been kind of hooking up and stuff, right? So I'm texting her, and then she texts me. She says, "You're really good looking. I don't understand why you're so insecure all the time." Right? And you just imagine getting that text. That's first off, that's such like a sweet and sour text, because part of it's like, oh yeah, and then part of it, your heart just sinks. But imagine actually getting that text, right? And truly, what happened is my heart just sank, right? Because a lot of my self worth was tied to being confident, right? Because I felt like, or rather, I shouldn't say I felt like, because I truly didn't. I was very insecure, but I always wanted to be like the confident person, right? This was like drilled into my fucking head by all the adults when I was growing up. Oh, you got to be confident. Yeah, you have to do this, right? So it almost felt like it was my sense of self. Like if someone didn't think that I was confident, right? That was a hit to me. That was a slight on me that I'm not good enough or I'm not living up to some sort of expectation, right? That's truly what it felt like. I remember my heart just sinking, and I remember this happened anytime anyone would say like, "Oh, I'm confident," I'm unconfident, excuse me, or would say I'm awkward or something like this, right? Every single time one of those comments came through, it would be like a hit to my self-esteem, a hit to my self-worth, right? And I was always trying so hard to be confident. Like I gave the example of the How to Win Friends and Influence People. That was me, bro. That was me for real. Like always trying to figure out, and I gotta make eye contact for like 8 seconds now. Then I look away, then I look back, and like trying to figure out these tactics to always try to be more confident, come off as confident as possible. And this leads me to the first point, which is just stop trying. Right now, this may sound kind of silly, and this will all fit in as you watch the rest of the video, I promise. But part of the issue here is these people say, "Oh, this is like that alpha body language, bro, and you gotta make eye contact for 8 seconds, and then you gotta look away for a bit, and then look back at them. That's how you're gonna be confident. And then do these 20 different things, and then you're gonna be confident. If you don't do that, you're a loser, bro. Like take that thought, throw it way out the window. We don't listen to those people. They put a train of thought on us that doesn't serve us whatsoever. And look, the main point I'm making, right, is these tactics, right? They put so much pressure to act a certain way, to be a certain way, that they take away from the essence of what we're trying to do. We're going out to social situations, dating situations, whatever, to have fun, right? To have fun. And the fact of the matter is that you're going to, as you go into the more and more and more and more and more, the confidence and all that stuff will eventually build up. And I'll talk about that in a second, right? But when you're putting so much pressure on yourself, right? I've experienced it, so I know when you're putting so much pressure on yourself. Oh, I go out, I'm gonna have to look confident, and then I gotta look like this, and oh my god, I can't let anyone disrespect me, bro, and then I gotta look alpha, bro, and it's just before you even go out, the event is ruined, right? Because you're already putting all this pressure on yourself, already judging yourself over every little thing and all that, and the fun from it is gone. Like socializing, dating, all these are supposed to be fun experiences, and this kind of mindset takes away from that, right? Now, the next thing I remember is this is fairly recently, a few months ago, right? I was at my boxing gym and we were having like this little fight night. And my trainer asked me if I wanted to fight. I said, yeah. I stepped into the boxing ring and there were a few people watching, I think maybe like anywhere from 40 to 50. And, there's my opponent standing across from me. We start fighting. I have my hands up and we get to it, right? Now, the point I'm making here is I didn't feel ready, right? I'm not gonna sit here and act like some tough guy. It's like, oh yeah, I fight. Like I was scared, bro. I was scared. I was nervous. I don't even like fighting in the sense that it always makes me nervous. I enjoy it once I'm actually doing it, but it makes me nervous. It makes me scared. All those things, right? So I didn't feel ready, but I stepped in. I did it, and just to be even more transparent with you, I did get my ass whooped, but it was a fun time, right? It was a fun time. Now this leads me to the next point, which is the reason that I wanted confidence, and I'm betting the reason you clicked on this video is not because of some, super complicated reason. The main reason is we want to be able to do the things we want to do, whether it's seeing someone we find attractive, asking them out, going out in social situations that we want to go to, maybe picking up something like boxing, right? And this is where this mindset, which I've shared many times on this channel, has really helped me out, which is whether someone loves you, whether someone hates you, is of equal importance, which is ultimately little to no importance, right? When I've adopted this has allowed me to make decisions not based on, oh, are people going to like me for this or are people not going to like me for this, but rather it's allowed me to make decisions based on what I want to do. And that's ultimately all it's about, right? It's about doing what you want to do. And this leads to the first point I was talking about. It's as you start doing what you want to do. Let's take the dating example. That's a big one, right? That's a big reason a lot of guys want confidence. So they can go out in dating situations, ask people out that they want to ask out, have a good dating life, all these things, right? As you keep on putting yourself out there, again, doing what you want to do, right? Rather than say you're out at a party or something and then you're going to be, say you find someone attractive. It's like, oh, if I say hi to them, oh, people are going to judge me. Oh, it's going to be weird. Rather than that, doing what you want to do. Going, putting yourself out there, saying, hey, my name is this, what's your name, or whatever, and, whatever the icebreaker may be, right? You do that. You do what you want to do, and you're like, okay, whether people like it, whether they don't like it, obviously, use common sense, don't be like a dick, right? I feel like that goes without saying, but as long as you're doing things within, social courtesy, social norms, all that, right? Yeah, even if some people judge, fuck it. It is what it is. It is what it is, right? And I know that there's going to be people out there who disagree, especially on the dating side. Like, the state of men's dating advice is so down bad, bro. Like, these gurus, oh yeah, you gotta try these tactics, bro. These things to never get rejected or almost never get rejected. Just do these things, bro. Buy my $10,000 course, bro. Like, take that thought, throw way out the window. We don't listen to those people. They put a train of thought on us that doesn't serve us whatsoever. And look, I'm telling you, when I was coming up on self-improvement, right, I was extremely insecure. I still struggle with my insecurities and anxieties, and I try to be as open as possible about it on this channel. But when I was coming up, it was very easy, especially I had like no dating experience back then, so it was very easy to look at these guys and think, oh, they know what they're talking about. And I look back at it now, some of the guys that were popular back then was like the mystery and all that, and I was coming across this content, and I look back at it, and it has to be the most, Jesus, like, I don't even know the word to use, but the most ass backwards content I've ever seen in my life. And this was being touted as real advice, right? And frankly, the sad part is that the state of dating advice now is not much different, right? These guys go out, they have some success, and then every second one of them is trying to sell a course as if they've like figured this stuff out, right? If you're not familiar with the mystery method, it was stuff like, oh, go out in clubs and wear like really stupid, it was called like peacocking or something, wear like really stupid flashy clothes, like, a hat with like a peacock feather or something, and then people will ask you about it. Now, bro, I really want you to like think for a second, pretend, let's assume for a second that you're getting approached, right? And pretend one scenario where you're getting approached is someone coming up to you, peacocking, like wearing like some super outlandish outfit, trying to get your attention. And the other scenario, someone comes up to you, looks you in the eye, puts their hand out, says, hi, hey, my name is this. I thought you were attractive. I wanted to get to know you, or whatever. But the point is, they come and talk to you like a normal human being, right? Putting themselves out there, putting themselves on the line to potentially be rejected. They have the confidence to come up and again talk to you like a normal human being. Be honest, which one would you find more attractive? This one person who's like interested but not trying to act interested and doing all this weird shit, or the person who just comes up to you and maybe they're even a little nervous, maybe they're stumbling on their words. And this is the point I'm making, right? Is if you're starting off from a place where you're awkward, I guess this is how I'd summarize the whole video. If you're starting off from a place where you're awkward, it's very important not to put so much pressure on yourself, right? It's just like someone going to the gym for the first time. Like, this confidence and all this stuff, it comes naturally to some people, but to like most people it doesn't, right? Even if you look at someone like Conor McGregor, right? You look at, he's obviously very confident on the mic. Go look at his interviews from back in the day and look at how he's progressed. At first he's like starting on his words a little bit, and then more confident, and then now he's pretty effortless on the mic, right? These things come with time, constantly putting yourself out there through lots of awkward moments, learning, iterating, all that. So the first thing, truly, don't put so much pressure on yourself, right? Remember the foundation of this, whether it's socialization, dating, the foundation of it is to go out, enjoy yourself, and have a good time, right? That's number one. That's way more important than, oh, I got to look like the alpha male. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? That's foundation of it. And the second is you keep on putting yourself out there, keep on doing, again, what you want to do, right? Even if you feel nervous about it, even if you feel anxious, because trust me, I've been, I've struggled with anxiety, all that stuff for a long time. And for a long time, I waited for that moment. I was like, oh, when I'm in great shape, then I won't feel nervous and anxious anymore. I still felt nervous, still felt anxious, still felt insecure. Oh, when I have a lot of money, then I won't. I make good money for my age, still felt nervous, still felt anxious, still felt insecure. Those things helped, but not as much as you'd think. Right? So that's all I'm saying. Again, don't put so much pressure on yourself. Keep on putting yourself out there. Unfortunately, it doesn't get easier, but as you keep doing it, you will 150,000% get more confident and work yourself up to be that confident person you always wanted to be. Now, I'm just going to end this video off by saying also, be kind to yourself throughout this process. Look, like I said, my background, I was extremely pessimistic. I still tend to fall into those cycles. I'm trying to work my way out of it, right? But I was extremely pessimistic, struggling greatly with anxieties, insecurities, all those things. And for years, I almost became shut in, right? Where I wouldn't go out. I would stay at home because I was so scared of rejection, so scared of all these things. I was just like this angry little kid staying at home, right? And it was a miserable experience. It was a miserable experience. Now I look back at it, it would have been so much better for me to not judge myself so harshly, not put myself up to standards of perfection that when I go out, I have to be like this. And then just put myself out there, accept myself, right? And I could have enjoyed life way more. So truly, don't be so hard on yourself. Accept yourself as you are right now. I'm not saying stop improving. Improvement is very important. But accept yourself as you are. Because this is another, and I could rant about this too. This is another issue I see with self-improvement. Where it's like, oh, you suck right now, bro. Get on self-improvement. You're gonna be better, bro. All the girls are gonna want you, bro. It's like, you're just terrible right now, bro. Like, oh, you played video games yesterday. That's horrific. Like, take that thought, throw way out the window, man. This advice starts us on the footing saying that we are inadequate as we are. We are not. Right. And I don't mean to make this some feel good advice like, oh, everyone, like don't strive to be better. You're just perfect as you are. That's not what I'm saying. Right. Improvement is important, but acceptance is equally important, because if not, you may find yourself in the same position I did, where I achieved all the goals I set out to achieve at the start of my self-improvement journey. And I was still anxious and insecure as shit. Right. So I hope that made sense. And like I said, be kind to yourself, be proud of yourself, accept yourself as you are right now. Because I'm telling you, man, once you achieve, say you have a physique goal, money goal, whatever, once you achieve that, if you haven't accepted yourself, your metrics are going to change, right? You're going to reach your goal physique and you'll be like, oh, actually, if I just put on 5 more pounds of muscle, then I'll be secure. And it's just a never ending cycle. So again, be kind to yourself, be proud of yourself every single time you do something that's hard to do. A lot of people start the self-improvement shit. Not a lot of people see it through till the bitter end. Now I just want you to imagine for a second. Imagine you take this advice, you run with it, right? And your dating life is improving day by day by day, because now you don't expect standards of perfection. You put yourself out there. Sometimes you're awkward. Sometimes, okay, you don't make the perfect eye contact or whatever. You let it go. You brush it off. You laugh. You move forward, right? You keep on putting yourself out there. And now you've got people in your life who you love spending time with. Right, who you love spending time with, who you can be your true self with, right? Same with your social life, right? Imagine that. And that's the path you're on. Hey, keep working hard. I believe in you. But what I believe doesn't matter. What you believe matters. So I hope you believe in yourself too. And that's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Ultimately, I want this to be our positive little community where we help each other, support each other, and help each other get to the next level in life. So please come join the community. I'll leave my Instagram, TikTok in the description, also somewhere here. Please do support there as well. Please do like, comment, subscribe, just to be transparent with what I'm trying to do here. I do want to start making money from this so I can hire an editor and hopefully not yell at a camera for what has been 15 minutes now, and have some, nice clips and stuff in the middle. And my dream life would basically be I do my YouTube in the morning. I do my boxing, martial arts in the evening. And that would be the perfect life for me. And I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'll fight anyone on the YouTube boxing scene, no problem, right? So please Like, comment, subscribe, support. All that support will help make my dream a reality. And I'll talk to you later. Peace.